Attention to the offense, and that's happened here with the addition of Matt Kemp. He'll be a welcome sight for Braves fans.
It's a fresh start for the Braves outfielder. He's on his third team, and earlier today he sat down with our own Tom Glavine to talk about his emotions on joining this Atlanta Braves ball club.
His new chapter.
So coming to Atlanta, great opportunity for you because it gives you an opportunity to come play somewhere that's pretty special in your heart. Tell the people about that.
Oh, well, you know, I think as everybody knows now, you know, Atlanta is the place where I dreamed of playing Major League Baseball. You know, watching, you know, all you guys and all the success that you guys had. Me and my cousin, we dreamed of. We were those little kids in the backyard dreaming of playing for the Atlanta Braves, and it's very special for me to be here and to be at this stadium, even when I wasn't I wasn't with the Braves, but now being with the Braves, it's even more special to put on this hat and wear the jersey and go into the home clubhouse and see all those great jerseys, you know, hung up there, and it's pretty special.
So how do you view this opportunity for you as a player, both from the standpoint of at this stage of your career, what you want to do, but also it's not typical for a team like the Braves to make a trade for a player like you at this stage of the season that they're in currently, and certainly in the middle of a rebuild. So what do all those challenges present for you?
For me, I think it shows the organization is wanting to win again. I think they want to get back to those winning ways. You know, this is just one of the first pieces that they want to put in line to you know, add to what they have. You know, definitely not they're not in the position, we are not in the position that we want to be in at the moment, but you know, this organization knows how to win. They have old school guys that know how to put successful baseball teams out on the field, and they want to get back to that.
So you also referenced in your article this being an opportunity for you to kind of get back to something that you felt like you lost a little bit in terms of just going out there and playing the game and having fun.
You know, sometimes you get, you know, you go through so many trials and tribulations throughout the season or throughout your career where, you know, you get hurt. You know, baseball's an emotional game. You know how the grind is. It can wear on you, and you know, sometimes baseball is just not fun. And you know, there was a point in my life where I felt like, you know, getting injured and trying to come back and be the same person for years to come. You sometimes it just doesn't become fun. But you know, you get a new opportunity to go to a different place and to you know, just think about where you want to be and where you want to go. And you know, for me, I want to win a championship. Never won one. I want to, and you know, what better way than not to wear a Braves uniform doing it?
So it's talked about you coming over here, obviously being right-handed power, middle of the lineup guy, something that the Braves lineup currently lacks, and also providing some protection for Freddie Freeman in that lineup. So obviously that's the obvious things that everybody knows about you, but what else about you as a hitter makes you unique or is going to suit you in this lineup?
You know, I drive in runs. I think that's what one of the things about me is I love to drive in runs. I like to get RBIs. You know, home runs come in bunches and they come, but you know, for me, I always took pride in driving in runs and, you know, honestly just helping my team in any way I can, and that's, you know, getting on base, you know, for those guys behind me and just, you know, giving other people opportunities to drive me in.
So what was your favorite memory as a kid being an Atlanta Braves fan?
95, man. Come on now. Stop it.
That's right. I saw that picture of you with your Braves jacket. You were running around the house.
That's real. Yeah, people don't understand how real it is. It's real, man. It runs deep.
So then I'm assuming that as a player, your favorite moment was probably that home run you hit off of me. What do you remember about that?
I think it was Oppo too.
Oh, imagine that. Well, I'm hoping there's a whole lot more of those.
It was Oppo too. I remember that. Yeah, that was special.
Well, that's special for you. I appreciate that. So Hopefully there's a whole lot more outposts.
You haven't had that bad. You didn't have that bad of a career.
Well, we're thrilled to have you here. I think you're going to enjoy playing here, and I think the fans are going to like having you here. So
thank you. Appreciate it.
Good luck and
thanks.
Welcome to the family.
Thank you.
Welcome to the family indeed, Matt Kemp. Nice job by our colleague Tom Glavine. We'll get to lineups. First pitch, Braves and Pirates baseball from Turner Field right after this.
Atlanta Braves baseball is presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Right stuff, low price, every day.
To the early evening hours, it's turned out to be a beautiful night in Atlanta. The skies are clearing overhead. There's a gentle breeze blowing out straight away towards center as the Braves and the Pittsburgh Pirates meet for the final time here in 2016. Weather conditions, it's very comfortable. Humid at 86%. That means it feels like 86 degrees here on a warm night for baseball. Speaking of heat, Mike Foltynewicz is on the mound to face Garrett Cole. If you like fastballs, if you like strikeouts, this is the matchup you might want to enjoy, fellas, in this series.
13th start of the year for Mike, 4-4 with a 4.3 ERA. You see his home and road numbers. Been pretty good at home, 1-0 with a 2.83 ERA. See if he can build on that success here tonight.
And for Mike, his 4 keys to pitching success tonight might be to go back and look at some video against the Pirates from his start back on May 19th. They knocked him around pretty hard. Check out the scouting report, maybe make some adjustments tonight. And his first 3 innings. Granted, in his last start against Minnesota, he was given a ton of runs to work with early, so he was just trying to throw strikes, kind of skated through the first few innings. But first couple of innings typically have been rough for him, so tonight get off to a good start.
The Atlanta defense behind Foltynewicz tonight. Matt Kemp is in left. Ender Inciarte in center. Nick Barkakis in right field. Garcia, Ibar, Peterson, Freeman around the horn. A.J. Przinsky is behind the plate. The Pittsburgh Pirates enter play tonight. 11 games behind the Cubs in the National League Central. 3.5 games back in the National League wild card. And they clobbered the Braves in our series against them up at PNC Park. Clint Hurdle's club got a gigantic series from GREGORY Polanco. Matt Joyce also swung the bat very well, but no Andrew McCutchen tonight. The Pirates superstar center fielder is mired in a very, very rough year.
On the road, maybe the Braves are catching them at the right time.
And the first man that Foltynewicz will face is John Jaso, their first baseman. He had a 7-for-14 series at the plate up in Pittsburgh in mid-May. Jaso at 257, and the first is called a strike by Angel Hernandez. .96 and right on by.
I think we're going to see a lot of gas tonight.
A whole lot.
Guys. That has nothing to do with dinner.
Swing and a miss. Jaso's retired on 3 pitches. And already, Joe, Mike Foltynewicz is pitching a lot more Well, a lot differently than he did last time out against the Twins.
Well, let's just say aggressively. He's not messing around. Good start.
Mike threw a lot of pitches in that start against Minnesota. Gave up 7 runs, 12 hits in 5 1/3 innings. He didn't walk anybody, and only 3 strikeouts. That was a little uncharacteristic.
Too many good strikes.
Right.
Staying out of the middle of the plate.
A bunt try by Gregory Polanco is fouled away. Polanco with 15 home runs. He's hit homers in 2 straight games and 3 of the last 4 for the Pirates. And this guy put on a show up at PNC Park. He was on base almost every at bat, it seemed. And not just singles, extra base hits, opposite field extra base hits, long homers. And this one's hammered toward right, and in the dappled sunshine, Nick Markakis is there, measures that up, 2 outs. 2 up, 2 down. Foltynewicz 2 outs on 6 pitches. And Matt Joyce is the Pittsburgh left fielder. He's had a nice year. .286 average, 10 homers, 33 runs batted in.
4 of those homers are pinch hit homers.
Another strike.
I think you could live out there at 98 and do okay.
You can live out there at 88.
Ooh. First pitch out of the strike zone for Foltynewicz. And the count of ball and a strike. That'll bounce off the netting. And Mike is a strike away from sending his offense to work against Garrett Cole.
There have been a lot of starts where we've talked about Mike coming out throwing 94, 95, saving a little bit if he needed it. He's not holding anything back tonight.
Swing and a miss. From 97 to 87, a couple of strikeouts for Foltynewicz and a sparkling top half of the first. So Garrett Cole to work in the bottom half of the inning. Offense to go to work in the bottom of the first inning. It'll start with Jace Peterson leading off. Matt Kemp Slots in between left-hand hitting Freddie Freeman and Nick Markakis. Adonis Garcia is the 6th place hitter. INCIARTE, Brzezinski, and Mike Foltynewicz in the lineup to face Garrett Cole, who's 6-6 on the year.
Making his 16th start on the year. You see 3 career starts versus the Braves. Been pretty darn good. 2-0 with a 1.7 ERA and 21 strikeouts. Low average against, so he's been tough on the Braves.
Throws hard, 93 to 98, and a hard slider that can reach 90.
When the Braves saw the Pirates up in Pittsburgh, Jace Peterson was in AAA. So this is his first look at the Pirates. Jace batting .297 since his call up and .271 for the year.
This guy's only given up 3 home runs this year in 87 innings. That's the fewest in baseball for a minimum of 10 starts, second only to Rich Hill, who's now with the Dodgers, who's given up 2.
Cole was a 19-game winner last year. As I mentioned, 6-6 this season. Missed a month with a triceps strain from June 14th to July 16th. And he just walked the leadoff man in the Braves first. No way you can defend the base on balls. Here's how the Pittsburgh glove men set up. JOYCE, Marte, and Polanco in the outfield. JACE, Frazier, Mercer, and Gong at third base. Francisco Cervelli, who's battled injury all year long, is back in harness behind the plate.
No Andrew McCutchen. Ask around. Nobody knows if it's just a day off or it might be an extended layoff for him.
Ibar pops up the first pitch. Gong in foul ground is going to have room and makes the play. And there's the first out. And now Cervelli's out to the mound to talk with Garrett Cole. And here, fellas, our first idea of how differently, if at all, teams pitch Freddie Freeman with Matt Kemp hitting behind him in the lineup.
I think where you'll see the difference is when there's a base open. And then the thought is, okay, which one do we pitch to?
I would agree with that. And I think, too, sometimes you're going to see, depending on who's got the hot bat, might see a little bit different approach if either one of the two is swinging it real well at a given time.
Fouled away by Freddie, who had a good cut. Strike 1. Well, to your point, Tom, Freeman has 33 extra base hits since June 1st. That's more than anybody else in the game. And Matt Kemp's hitting over 300 with 7 homers since the All-Star break.
Yeah, that's only 13 games. 7 homers.
95 electrifying miles an hour. 0-2 the count. Garrett Cole, the #1 overall pick in the 2011 draft. He pops up into the shift, and that's Jordy Mercer right behind the second base bag to make the play, I believe. And Freeman's retired, and here's Matt Kemp. So a nice ovation for Matt Kemp, who digs in as a Brave for the first time. Runner goes, and the pitcher ball. Cervelli's throws awful, but no further advance. Man, oh man, that was headed for Ted Barrett, the second base umpire. He got out of the way, and Peterson has the steal.
What did it hit to keep it from going into center? I guess
he got a piece of it.
He did. He got his glove on it. That was a nice save. So now let's see if they pitch to Matt.
You have Nick Markakis, a left-hand hitter, on deck. 1 ball, no strikes for Kemp. Fly ball well hit towards center, but the ballpark's going to hold it. Marte gathers it in a few steps shy of the track. Kemp gave it a ride, but the Braves are out of luck in the bottom of the scoreless first.
To the second inning, and we all know Matt Kemp is here today, but some bad news. To make some room for that roster spot, Julio Teheran was placed on the 15-day DL with a right lat strain. The first time in his career he has been placed on the DL. He says he didn't feel anything while pitching or that night. He was just sore the next morning. No damage, just fatigue, needs that rest. Snicker told us this DL stint will allow him to shut it down for a few days, calm everything down. He will make a rehab start, and there is no word on tomorrow's starting pitcher.
All right, Kelsey, thank you very much. I don't want to say that we're surprised by that. We're certainly disappointed by the fact that Julio is going to miss the next couple of weeks, but we noticed immediately, guys, the velocity was way down for Julio.
Yeah, and it came out after, what was it, 5 innings?
Right.
Yeah, we're this summer we're accustomed to seeing him be around 92, 93 with ease, and he was struggling to get to 91 the other day.
This is Starling Marte leading off for Pittsburgh. Gong and Cervelli to follow. Fultonevich a 1-2-3 first with a pair of strikeouts.
One of the best all-around players in the National League right here. Maybe all of baseball. If you've never watched him play. National League ranks top 4 in all of those categories. Got a great throwing arm. He has more assists over the last 2 years than anybody in the National League.
.322 average for Marte. As that one's popped out of play. 27, signed as a non-drafted free agent 9 years ago. Gold Glove winner last year. Hit 19 homers, drove in 81. And he draws ball 4, and the leadoff walk starts the Pittsburgh second. So Jung Ho Gong, the Pirates' third baseman, will stand in, hitting .236. 11 homers, 36 runs batted in. Gong was signed before the 2015 season. Finished third in the Rookie of the Year voting last year. Hit 15 homers, batted .287. After compiling a .298 lifetime average over in the Korean Baseball League.
He can get the barrel out there. He had been on the disabled list right up to the time that the Braves went into Pittsburgh, came off the list and promptly hit a homer. Got his knee torn up last year on a play at second base in the postseason. Or was that right before the postseason? It might have been right at the end of the season.
It was toward the end, I believe.
Yeah, against the Cubs.
Bouncing ball up the middle. Peterson right at the second base bag. That's an easy double play. Yeah, it was September 17th when Chris Coughlin wiped him out at second base at PNC Park. Gong fractured the tibial plateau and damaged the lateral meniscus. Pretty remarkable that he's back. But Fulte gets a double play to erase the bases. 2 outs for Francisco Cervelli. He has had an injury-plagued year. Broke the hamate bone. And he's a little late at 97 miles an hour. Strike one.
This is left hand, right, Chip?
Yes, catching hand.
So you see him up off the knob of the bat a little bit to try to make sure that knob doesn't cut into the base of his hand, the heel of his hand, following that injury.
That seems to be an injury you hear more and more of now than you certainly did a few years ago.
Ooh. Mike thought he shaved the corner. At 98, didn't get the call. It's 1-2.
I'd like to have it.
Yeah.
Cervelli, born in Valencia, Venezuela, lives in Tampa in the offseason. Came up with the New York Yankees. Pirates got him in November of 2014. And this is always a special place for Cervelli. He hit his first big league home run here at Turner Field while he was with the Yankees. And Mike lost the Pirate catcher with 2 outs. He's more upset about the pitch he didn't get called on the outside corner.
Composure. It's one of the things Mike probably fights as much as anything. And he's got to regroup when things like that happen.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you're going to get pitches that don't go your way. Sometimes you're going to get the benefit of some, and you just have to forget about it and move on. I think we saw that a couple starts ago against Colorado, where he had a close pitch that didn't go his way, and then the next thing you know, big inning, game over.
Yeah, fell apart.
This is Adam Frazier, and that's taken low, ball 1. Frazier was having a good year at AAA for the Pirates when he was called up in late June. He led the International League in hits and batting average at the time of his promotion to the Pirates. And he hasn't stopped hitting up here either. He had a .333 average at AAA. Here he's hitting .356. Ground ball to first. Freeman's got that, and that retires the side. Fultonevich pitches around a couple of walks, a double play ball, and a ground out sends us to the home second. here at Turner Field Saturday, August 20th for a free post-game concert, part of the Coca-Cola and Delta Airlines Summer Concert Series. Field passes are on sale. They're $20 each. Go to Braves.com/Tori Kelly today. No score in the second. Nick Markakis, Adonis Garcia, and Ender Inciarte are coming up. Garrett Cole is the man on the mound for the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Pirates made some changes at the deadline and just prior to trading their closer Mark Melancon to the Nationals for left-handed reliever Felipe Rivero, but they also sent Nelson Liriano, left-handed starter, to the Blue Jays for Drew Hutchinson. So a team that's only 3.5 back of the National League second wild card. Those are some heavy-duty moves.
I think somebody on their side said too, was it 4 of the 5 guys that started the year in their rotation aren't here anymore?
Goodness.
So it's a big turnover.
Well, and their rotation's been, as has been their starting staff, a big disappointment for them. Pirates won 98 games last year. Their team ERA is a full 1 run higher this year as opposed to last. This one's popped out of play. Add in the month missed by Garrett Cole. Pirates right around 500, but as you guys said, still knocking at the door, 3.5 back for the second wild card.
Yeah, they also traded Jonathan Neese back to the Mets. So Jeff Locke will pitch tomorrow night, and he's been in the bullpen. He had been exiled to the bullpen for a while after some poor efforts.
Swing and a miss by Markakis. Cole has his first strikeout. And I think, Joe, of all the trades stories I read in Pittsburgh today, it's that deal that involved John Neese that has some fans in Pittsburgh so angry, because that was the Neil Walker deal. Neil Walker's a native Pittsburgh player, born and raised to be a Pirate, and they shipped him off to the Mets for Neese. Well, Neese went back to New York, and they have Walker too. The other component of the Liriano deal is he was really frustrating their staff. I mean, this is a guy with a ton of talent, but just never could really seem to put it together for the Pittsburgh club this year. So this deal is going to save the Pirates about $13.5 million as well, and include a couple of highly rated prospects for Toronto to pick up all the money, but they did.
Yeah, and let me get my name straight. It's Francisco Liriano that went to the Blue Jays, if I did not say that correct.
You said Francisco, yeah.
Okay.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Adonis has a nice run going, hits in 17 of his last 20 games, and make it 18 of 21 with a 1-out looper. And that'll bring up Ender Inciarte. You mentioned Freeman and Kemp are hot hitters right now. Garcia and Ender Inciarte are hot too. Ender riding a 12-game hitting streak.
Yeah, you got to like what Adonis is doing. Doesn't matter who the pitcher is, how hard they throw, how soft they throw. That's 12 out of 13 for him, and using the whole field.
So Cole's back to the stretch. With his good run for Inciarte, guys, he's got his average at an even 250. So he's trending in the right direction at the plate. see Yadier Molina after this homestand ends. Braves will be playing the Cardinals. Yeah, he's got the longest hitting streak actively working. That's fouled away. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, if you're a hitter tonight so far, you get in that batter's box, you better hunker down and look for a fastball. Because both sides have seen a lot of them and in the upper 90s.
Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Served out of play.
Cole's coming off arguably his best start as a major leaguer. A brilliant performance against the Mariners. Complete game, 3-hit game where he gave up only 1 run, but no walks, 6 strikeouts, only threw 93 pitches.
That was his first complete game too, wasn't it? In his career.
Let's see if Cole tries the outside edge now after INCIARTE was moved off the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
It's a rare guy, especially a high school pitcher, gets drafted in the first round and doesn't sign. But he was such a case. The Yankees drafted him late in the first round in like 2009, 2008. Did not sign. Went to UCLA and then was the first pick overall, like you said, Chip, in 2011. He certainly elevated his position.
Yes, he did.
Runner goes and fouled away.
Ender does a really good job when he's behind in the count of shortening up his swing. Takes a shorter stride, if at all, stays back and just tries to let his hands get the barrel of the bat to the baseball. Sometimes that lends itself to him chasing a few pitches up out of the zone because he gets a good look at it, but he's spoiling some good pitches here.
And another.
You can see he's just kind of pivoting on that front foot, turning his heel out, but basically putting it right back down.
Have the Braves talked about moving him back to the top of the order, or are they content with kind of leaving him where it is and letting him ride it out?
I think they're happy with what he's doing right there.
8th pitch, runner goes, and a foul ball left side again.
And I think, Tom, just as an assumption on my part, if they were going to do something like that, it would have been tonight, because they moved Ibar to the number 2 spot. They could have easily moved Ender up to number 2.
Ender got in one of those stretches over a 2-week period, Joe, where he had 1 or 2 of those a game, it seems.
He's got the shin guard on, but somehow it missed him. Missed the guard, hit him on the foot, on the instep. Got a little consideration there from his opposing catcher. That's nice.
Let's see if he throws a back foot slider.
That's where they're set up.
He got to it and rips it down the right field line. Garcia around second, on his way to third. Ender's going to have a double, and the Braves are in business with 1 out. That was an outstanding at bat.
It sure was. And not a bad pitch. It was the inside target. Good fastball, and again, just being short to the baseball. Fought it off, dropped it in there. It's amazing how when you hit a ball off your foot, it hurts like crazy until you get a hit, and then you don't feel it till you get to second base.
Yeah, that thing will be throbbing a little bit right now, I'm sure.
So Inciarte's hitting streak is at 13 games. A.J. Pierzynski, the key man in the inning. Let's see if he can bring home the first run. And he takes a strike.
That was that 90-mile-an-hour slider, I believe. Tom, did you sweat a lot?
No, I mean I did initially, but then I kind of got to a point where no, not much anymore.
I don't remember it pouring off of you or anything, but I see pitchers sometimes like Cole who pretty wet from the sweat and then go in the rosin, and I know sometimes that adds up to a blister.
Yeah,
that friction. The sweat affects the grip, and so you need something tacky, and then all of a sudden that rosin begins to add up on your fingertips and hurts.
Very humid night in Atlanta. 0-2. A.J. laid off.
Ideally, if you're A.J. here, you want something you can just hit on the ground to the right side. Play Pepper with the right side, get that run in, get the other guy over to third base. But to do that against Cole, you got to start and be ready to go early to pull it. And it makes you wide open to a slider or a changeup.
Garcia with a 1-out single, and Inciarte with a double down the right field line. A.J. behind in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
.99 on that pitch.
Swing and a miss. So A.J. strikes out, and Mike Foltynewicz, the Braves hitter, bats with 2 outs and 2 on.
Very similar to the pitch that Inciarte was able to turn on. A.J. couldn't get to it.
I think he got that one just a touch higher too on A.J.'s hands, where he didn't on Ender.
Well, Mike has an RBI hit this year. Let's see if he can help himself. Strike 1.
Well, I suggest you look fastball and get it started early.
Swing now.
He did. And right back to the mound to retire the side. Boy, a golden opportunity was there for the Braves, but Cole pitched out of it. We head to the 3rd inning. No score. advantage brought to you by Lowe's. Mike Foltynewicz has been very comfortable on his Turner Field mound.
Yeah, this season at home, 5 starts, 1-0 with a 2.83 ERA. Good walk to strikeout ratio. Great opponent batting average against. 4th best home average. Opponent average in the National League. So he's been comfortable here. He's pitched well here. Now he's got to start getting some wins.
Well, you know, the old baseball gods, how they even things out. Mike has pitched several good games with no run support, where he's taken a loss or had a no decision. Last game gave up 6 runs and 1.
Yeah, that was quite a switch for him.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, I bet you he felt worse about that than he did about some of those games he pitched well and lost.
Yeah, and I think that was evident the way he came out in the first inning. As Joe said, really aggressive with a couple of strikeouts. A couple of walks last inning, but a double play ball bailed him out of trouble. And now he has the 8, 9, and 1 hitters coming up. This is Jordy Mercer, the Pirates shortstop. He's another guy that really hurt the Braves offense up in Pittsburgh. He was 7 for 14 in that series. Then again, who wasn't?
Yeah.
Pirates had 52 hits in that 4-game series. They scored 29 runs, 6 doubles, 4 triples, and hit 3 homers against the Atlanta staff. Driven out of play, foul by Mercer.
Plus, he's got an 11-game hitting streak working against the Braves dating back to last season, where he's hit .442. All right, what's he got? 2 gloves working? Ow. Just in case he needed, you know.
Yeah. He's got his infielder's glove and his outfielder's glove.
Depending on who's at the plate, right? That's great. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And up and away. 2-2.
Got 2 gloves, but barehanded it and saved Mom.
Fly ball to right. Markakis chases that into the corner and makes the catch in foul ground. Mercer's retired for the first out. Garrett Cole has 6 hits this year. He's hit a homer. He has 3 RBIs. He's got a double.
Powder River 91-89, a couple of 2-seamers, just get over, swing it.
One ball, 2 strikes. To short. Cole on a hot night will slowly jog toward first. And there's the second out. So now Foltynewicz goes back to the top of the Pirates order. John JACE is the man that will get things started.
Well, it's predominantly fastballs the first time through with good success. See if he sticks with it or changes a little bit.
Well, they don't have a hit yet. So the old, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Let's see.
JACE was hacking away at him too.
Different look for the Pirates with Pedro Alvarez no longer wearing the Pirates colors. JACE spent last year with the Tampa Bay Rays.
He'd never played first base before, and he's only made 3 errors at first for the Pirates this year. That's pretty good.
Broken bat popped up. Garcia foul ground is going to have room. And Foltynewicz breezes through the Pirates' 3rd inning. Top of the order up for the Braves. Still no score. Cole and Foltynewicz dueling at Turner Field. Braves Live pregame. Join the experts as they debate the pros and cons of youth baseball travel leagues. Join John Smoltz, Dr. James Andrews, and others as they weigh in during this 4-part series, Driven, the Youth Baseball Debate, starting Thursday during Braves Live pregame on Fox Sports Southeast and streaming on Fox Sports Go.
Yeah, I'm really anxious to see it. I think it's going to prompt a lot of discussion about it, because you're going to hear from all sides.
To second, and Frazier with a flip to first in time. Jace Peterson's retired, 1 man down.
What I'm hoping it will do is be an eye-opener, informative piece for parents.
I couldn't agree more.
Eric Ibar popped out his first time up. Eric hitting second on the lineup card this evening. Braves have used 7 different second place hitters this year. This is the 7th time Eric has batted second. One ball, 1 strike. He went around.
Oh my. Yeah, I thought most of that swing was due to him trying to get out of the way of that pitch down and in. Lance Barksdale said no. And now I think Lance was right.
Two balls, 2 strikes.
One of the things that's been hurting the Pirates in their efforts to try to get in that National League Central race has been a real off year by Andrew McCutchen, who, as we've said, is not playing tonight. .241 average. He's got 15 homers. Only 3 stolen bases.
That's an opposite field hit for Ibar. Pretty swing. Over quickly is Joyce. Throw is off target at second base, and Ibar with a belly flop double is aboard here in the Atlanta third.
Might not have been a strike, and still turned into a hit for Eric. Oh, look how far Tom was off the bag.
Got that elevated just enough that Ibar could do something with it.
Braves have left 3 men on base in the game so far, all of them in scoring position. Now another chance for Freddie Freeman, who popped out to short his first time up. Braves have the right guy at the right time in the batter's box on our Academy Sports leaderboard.
Tied with Corey Seager of the Dodgers for the most hits since June 13th.
Not surprised to see a couple of Rockies on that list either, as that one's bounced foul. Colorado got terrible news today. Trevor Story tore a ligament in his thumb. He's going to have surgery and is probably lost for the rest of the year.
Golly, that's just sickening. After the way we saw him play out there.
The Rockies host the Yasiel Puigles Dodgers at Coors Field tonight.
That was funny. Say that again. Just go with the Puigles. I like that.
You want to do it like Vinny would? The Dodgers head to Coors Field, where the Yasiel Puigles men in blue take on the Rockies.
No, just do it your way.
Oh, the Puigles Dodgers face the Rockies tonight. Explain more about that after the 0-2 pitch. And Freddie didn't get it. Third strikeout for Cole, 2 outs, and here's Matt Kemp again.
Heated him upstairs, up and away.
Matt hit a fly ball to deep center his first time up. That ended the Atlanta first. Why were the Braves so intrigued by Matt Kemp? It's no secret they've not gotten a lot of power production from their outfield. Matt Kemp has hit 23 home runs this year. All the Atlanta Braves outfielders combined have hit 19 this season.
A lot of his damage is recent too. You mentioned since the All-Star break, that's just 13 games. A .315 average and 7 homers, 11 RBIs.
Bouncing ball to short. Mercer loads up and gets Kemp. And that retires the side. Braves have left 4 runners in scoring position through 3 innings. Still no score. Jones into the Braves Hall of Fame at a luncheon here on Friday, August 19th. Get your tickets before they're all gone. All guests are guaranteed to sit with a current or former Braves player, coach, alumnus, or Hall of Famer. Call 404-614-2310 for more information or to order your tickets today.
The Jones family here today. Larry Sr. and Jr. and Chipper's mom Lynn in attendance. I think that's the first game they've been to this year, maybe in quite a while.
I want to see Chipper wearing that hat that his dad's wearing.
I bet he can.
Gregory Polanco leads off and takes a strike.
We need to find out when that first game is for the Kansas Stars, if he's been getting ready for that.
I don't know.
Coming up pretty quick.
Well, if he is getting ready, he has an odd way of doing it at the ballpark tonight. Stretched out in the lazy boy chair in the second row of seats. Come on. One ball, one strike. Time was called. Mike didn't see it.
He's thrown him a couple of really good changeups. Double up.
That one missed. Triple up.
Love it.
And it's golfed into right field, shallowly hit. Markakis comes charging in, gets there, and there's the first out. Joe, is it just me, or has Mike done a better job, I'd say in 3 of his last 4 starts, of not showing all of his pitches the first or even second time through the lineup? We haven't seen that many breaking balls in this game. It's been mostly fastball changeup tonight.
Well, I think it goes back to what I said a minute ago, and that is we've seen him try to start the game with command, 94, not airing it out, and then save it for maybe an 0-2, 1-2 pitch to elevate a 98. Tonight, he's definitely established the fastball. We can get that out of the way. He came out firing
like that. He's just starting his second trip through the lineup.
He's handled one of his Ford keys tonight, and that was the first 3 innings.
I think that's a mistake a lot of guys make, to be honest with you, is they go out there in that first inning and they try to get all 3 or all 4 of their pitches going, and you don't really need to do that, particularly when you have this kind of stuff. You can throw 91 to 97, get after it.
Another pop up. Garcia gives chase. He's on the warning track, and he's got room. Joyce pops out. Yeah, if you have 2 pitches that are working, why throw in something else until you have to, right?
I know it's easier said than done, but there are going to be some nights that he can go out there and get through the lineup one time with just fastballs. Certainly the first inning he could get through with just fastballs. Like I said, when you can throw it 91, 92 and sink it, or 94 and locate it, and then here's 97. That in and of itself is a lot of range for a hitter to try to cover. So to me, it boils down to location. If you're able to locate that, then man, that's awful hard for a hitter to go in there his first time around and go, wow, I'm really comfortable seeing this. I think sometimes, like I say, you try to get too many things going too soon.
Marte sprayed that to the right side, even count to him.
I don't remember who the pitcher was that I'm trying to find in my scorebook, but might have been John Gray of the Rockies, but we're seeing evidence of it tonight. When you've got a hard throwing pitcher and there are 2 of them, you're going to see a lot of pop-ups. Guys just can't quite get the barrel to the baseball. They're under it. They're still trying to get to it, so they're on the bottom half of the baseball if they make contact. And It's going straight up.
Two balls, two strikes. Marte out in front of a changeup, it looked like. Let's see what AJ cooks up here with two outs. Swing and a miss. How about that sequence from Fulton-Evich? 3 up, 3 down. He has retired 7 straight Pirates. That's his 3rd strikeout tonight. Braves have the only 3 hits so far in tonight's game as the Braves try to win for the 2nd time against Pittsburgh. Nick's on a nice run. Cole struck him out to start the 2nd. He has 3 strikeouts so far. I think it's safe to say that from a pitching standpoint, tonight's matchup's been everything that was advertised. And this great matchup was lost in the first day appearance of Matt Kemp in a Braves uniform. Ground ball to second. Frazier's got it, and the throw to first in time, 1 out. Well, one advantage the Pirates have as they try to make postseason play is one of the teams they have to catch is the Cardinals. They're 3 games behind St. Louis. St. Louis is a half game behind the Marlins in the wild card race. Pittsburgh's 8-5 this year against the Cardinals. So they'll have at least 6 games left against St. Louis head to head.
Well, if they're going to make a run, they're going to have to start getting a whole lot of production out of McCutchen, and they're going to have to get a whole lot of production out of that revamped starting rotation. No question about it.
Back to the mound. Easy play. And Cole the flip to first. Ender INCIARTE's coming up. He's already doubled tonight. And he has been on a terrific run. His hitting streak, fellas, now extended to 13 games, and he's been hitting the ball from line to line.
Again, when he gets behind in the count, he's willing to serve one to left field. Able to turn on one tonight.
And his hitting streak is our Zaxby's indescribably good play. .348 average. At 16 hits in his last 46 at bats.
Oh, that's good to see. That's the player the Braves thought they were getting and certainly are getting now.
And remember, the first time INCIARTE was up, he had, I believe, a 9-pitch at bat against Garrett Cole. Fouled the ball off his foot, and then hit a double down the right field line. Cole's up to 60 pitches. And a little looper over short's going to drop in again. So INCIARTE's 2 for 2.
Ain't how you hit him. It's where. Fought that one off. They keep trying to go in on him.
AJ didn't think much of that, and you can see why. No balls and a strike.
That was never on the plate. Wasn't it this crew that kicked AJ out of the game for kicking a baseball?
It might have been.
Or, you know, there was other things going on like that obstruction call.
That got away from CERVELLI, and INCIARTE will move up. Is that in Cincinnati?
Yes. If AJ can make that pay off.
Rolled a passed ball. One and two now. What you hope doesn't happen in a game like this is those early chances you had against Garrett Cole come back to haunt you in the middle and late innings. Peterson was in scoring position in the first. Braves couldn't get him in. They had second and third with one out in the second. Couldn't score a run. Freeman and Kemp had Ibar at second in the third inning. Now INCIARTE with two outs stands at second base. And another great catch.
Yeah, you're figuring these kinds of matchups when they kind of live up to their billing. You're not going to get many chances to score, so when you do, you better take advantage of them.
That's into the Braves dugout. Not sure Mike Foltynewicz is quite ready to yell at his teammates, "Just get me one."
Just do it. Eventually it'll work out. You say it enough times.
1 ball, 2 strikes. that's fouled off AJ's foot. Forgot to mention more about that Puig story. Rumor has it the Dodgers were trying to trade him yesterday before the 4 o'clock deadline, could not do so. And as a result of their trade, brought him Josh Reddick and others. There's no spot on the Dodger roster for Yasiel Puig, so he was sent to the minor leagues today.
Well, they'll love him in Oklahoma City.
That doesn't mean the Dodgers won't be able to move him. You can still make trades after the August 1st deadline. It's just a little more difficult. Dodgers are trying to chase down the Giants out west. 1-2 pitch. And the Giants are not having a good second half. Madison Bumgarner started tonight. He's already losing 6-1 to the Phillies.
Gave up an early home run, I think, to Aaron Altair.
That is bounced off the plate. And Frazier can't handle it. And INCIARTE is going to score from second. The Braves get a break and lead 1-0.
That was crazy. Braves will take it. Just trying to take the short hop, knowing he's got a slow runner, but scooped it away from everybody.
That was scored a double.
Huh.
And an RBI. I'm not kidding.
Sorry, I wrote down E4.
That might be the shortest double in Major League history.
I gave him a base hit, but the run scored on the air. Sorry. That is hilarious. I swear.
Little roller out to second. Frazier's got this one, and that retires Foltynewicz. But hey, we started talking about get him a run. The Braves did just that. AJ Pierzynski with a big double puts Atlanta in front.
Presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Right stuff, low price, every day.
Well, Mike Foltynewicz now has the lead, and he's got the middle part of the Pirates order coming up here in the 5th inning. He has set down 7 straight. He has struck out 3, and AJ Pierzynski bounces one off the plate. That turns into a double and a run scoring hit after 4 innings of play. Gong, Cervelli, and Frazier are coming up for the Buccos. And that's in for a called strike. Foltynewicz and Garrett Cole squaring off tonight. Cole had a 1-2 month of July with a .284 earned run average.
Yeah, when he came back from the disabled list, he got shut out 2 games in a row before his last start where he went the distance.
To the left side. Garcia's got it from the grass. Throws the strike. 8 up, 8 down. Here's Cervelli, who walked back into Pittsburgh second. Cervelli signed a contract extension when the Braves were in Pittsburgh early this year. His dad, of course, born in Italy. He played for Team Italy during the World Baseball Classic back in 2009.
But raised in Venezuela, right?
Correct. Valencia.
Oh my. It was an off-speed pitch, if that makes you feel any better. The Pirates have had horrible luck. Pitchers getting hit with line drives, hitters getting hit with pitches. But that was not one of Folty's fastballs. An 83-mile-an-hour changeup, I think. Oh, looked like right in the ear flap. Definitely a change, thankfully. For what that's worth.
Thank goodness it was a changeup. This may sound like a trite question. I don't mean it to. Who feels worse, Cervelli or Foltynewicz?
It's probably an even split.
Needs a new helmet, he says. Freddie giving him the eye test. Scary. They're going to make sure before they continue here.
That's Nick Leyva, the Pirates' first base coach. And
I'm guessing he's very lightheaded.
yeah.
Yeah, Nick Leyva wants the trainer to come back out.
This is something Major League Baseball has really stressed the last couple of years, and that is their concussion protocols. We don't know for sure what's ailing Cervelli. We can surmise that that might be a logical conclusion because he's going to have to leave the game after getting hit in the ear flap. And what's been an injury-plagued year continues for the Pirates catcher, and that one thankfully appeared to be a changeup and not one of Mike's upper 90s fastballs.
I bet you Francisco couldn't tell you that it wasn't 99 miles an hour. It's Eric Fryer who will run for him and probably stay in the game.
So Adam Frazier, pride of Bishop, Georgia, just down the road from Athens, where he was born and raised, is in the batter's box. And he bounced out to first his first time up.
Oconee High School, is that right?
Oconee County High School in Watkinsville, and then to Mississippi State. Pirates took him in the 6th round back in 2013. Hit .324 at AA last year. And told you about his good work at AAA this season. Now here he is in the show. 2 strikes. And squib foul, still 0-2. AJ wants to know what was wrong with that.
Box Tracks has it on the inside corner. That's one thing he can learn, I think. Tommy talking about his composure for Mike is let your catchers fight the battles.
Yeah, you have to, and I know
you can get frustrated, of course.
Sure, and sometimes, you know, it's for me too. It's easier said than done. Your body language says a lot sometimes, but
sure.
You do. You got to try and let AJ fight your battles. You get ready to make your next pitch.
Frazier getting a chance to play because Josh Harrison is hurting. Harrison got hurt on Sunday after a collision at first base while the Pirates were playing the Brewers. One ball, 2 strikes. And Frazier battling now.
He's kind of pulling an Ender Inciarte here, just trying to shorten up and put the ball in play and fighting off some good pitches. Try something different.
Same result though. Frazier did this a lot in college. He went 61 straight at bats during his college career without striking out. Didn't hit a home run as a collegiate player. He's hit 4 homers as a professional player. And that missed inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Led the NCAA ranks with 107 hits in 2013. That's also a Mississippi State single season record. When you think about the players that have played there.
Yeah.
So he can hit. Jammed him, popped up. Garcia near the railing is going to run out of room. This is going to be the 12th pitch of this at bat.
Well, I'd like to see him go take a shot down and away, that bottom square, sinker or changeup down there. He's throwing him everything else. There's the changeup, but didn't finish it.
So after the hit batsman, it'll take at least a 13th pitch to resolve the at bat with Frazier. Runner goes. Line drive, base hit right field. Fryer's around second, on his way to third. Frazier's on his way to second. The throw close and not in time. He doubles, and the Pirates are in business with second and third, one out. That was a great at bat.
Fastball center cut. Short stride, if any. Just throw the barrel. Really good at bat.
Yeah, it's a couple of those now. Ender had one, that one. Just fight them off. Keep making those pitchers make pitches. Hopefully, eventually they make a mistake, and he got a pitch over the plate that he could drive.
Their first hit.
And now you have Mercer, who, as Joe said, has torn up the Braves. Flying to right his first time up. One out, 1-0 Atlanta. The lead in jeopardy here in the Pittsburgh fifth. And a strike to Mercer. You've got the pitcher on deck in Garrett Cole. Excellent pitch, 0-2.
Got to be wearing on him a little bit this inning too. He's had to make a lot of pitches thanks to all those foul balls by Frazier on pitches he knows could have ended the at bat.
Nothing in two for Mercer. Bouncing ball toward third. Adonis looked home, couldn't make the play. Out at first, throw to third late. So Jordy Mercer with a ground out brings home Fryer to tie the game. Good base running by Frazier to move up on the long throw across the diamond. And in the fifth inning, the Pirates pick up their first hit and their first run.
I think this was probably a smart play by Adonis. You can see the runner was going on contact. He was already within 20 feet of home plate.
Yeah, take the out, give up the run. Much as you want to try and cut that run down when you can, that was a 50-50 at best. Try and stay out of a big inning.
And now here's where you count on the poise you hope of Mike Foltynewicz. Go ahead run 90 feet away. Pitcher's up, 2 outs. And 0-2. Braves will have the top of the order coming up in the fifth inning as well. And a swing and a miss. A scary moment. Francisco Cervelli hit in the ear flap with a pitched ball. He comes home, or Fryer comes home, I should say, on Mercer's ground out. And the game is tied halfway home.
Here at Turner Field, and it is now time for your Xfinity game break. We'll take you out to Citizens Bank Park, where the Phillies are hosting the Giants. Bottom of the second, Maikel Franco at the dish, and he hits a 3-run shot to left field off of Madison Bumgarner. That makes it 6-0 Phils. It's currently the 5th inning, and the Phillies lead 6-1.
All right, Kelsey, thank you very much. What's wrong with the Giants? 10-13 July. They are trying to hold off the Dodgers in the West. Giants had a big lead at one point, fellas. Now it's down to 2 games pending the outcome of the Dodgers game against the Rockies a little later on, and that one, of course, in Philly.
Well, it's an even number year. They're not supposed to win this year, right?
No, they are.
Oh, they are. Yeah. This is when they win. Okay, well, they better get going then.
Eric Fryer stays in the game as Jace Peterson leads off, takes outside, ball 1. Garrett Cole's given up 5 hits to the Braves. He has walked a hitter. That was Jace Peterson to start the game. Two balls and a strike. Our producer Gretchen Caney had an excellent question for you, Tom. Here we have Cervelli out of the game. Fryer's in. It's tied up. He and Cervelli had a nice thing working. Does that change the way the pitcher pitches his game when the starting catcher and battery mate has to leave for any reason?
It can. You know, it all depends on the situation with these guys, obviously. I mean, I think that was one of the things that was so great for so many years here in Atlanta is with our backup guys. You know, there wasn't much of an adjustment if Javi or Greg Olson or whoever it was that was starting was not in the game. You know, but sometimes, you know, you can have a guy that you, for whatever reason, don't mesh with quite as well, and that certainly is something to keep an eye on here.
And this guy's only been with the club. This is his 13th game. Fryer was claimed off waivers from the Cardinals, and he was playing really well for St. Louis, but I'm guessing they had a roster issue, and
it was Brian Pena, and then I think a couple days later Pena got hurt. They let him go, and the Pirates scooped him up. Line drive, a base hit by Peterson the other way.
Good way to come back after the Pirates tied it up, get that leadoff man on, and a good piece of hitting by Jace. On a 96 fastball away, he took it that way.
Ibar's 1 for 2, a double last time up. Let's see if he can move Jace around.
One of the things that made Eric Ibar so attractive to the Braves when they made the deal to send Simmons to Anaheim, and actually the fact that he was a shortstop too, but that he could bat at the top of the order, something he was very adept at doing. Switch hitter, hit the ball the other way, right-handed if he needed to, move runners along. He just got off to a rotten start, and it's taken him a while to get his average up even into the 220s.
It's at 226 at the moment. And out of play. The other part of that too, Joe, is he's an excellent bunter. And he had very few opportunities to do that because he was in a lot of counts just like this very quickly. 0-2. Runner goes. And Jace will head back to first. Hope you enjoyed the work of Jerome on Braves Live, talking about all the deals that were made yesterday. A very busy Major League trade deadline. There were 48 transactions, Major League trades, from June 1st until yesterday. One of the busiest periods in the last 6 years.
It's a fun day when all that's going on. Tracking it all, watching it all.
Unless you're one of those guys on the bubble, right?
Yeah, no, for sure. As a fan of the game, outside of the game, yeah, it's kind of fun watching it and seeing it all and seeing the moves and then the counter moves to the moves that teams in your division are making.
Anything surprise you too? What you either saw or what didn't happen?
I don't know that there was any surprises. I mean, I think the guys I thought were going to move did.
Little bouncer. Cole will have only one play, and it's to first. Ibar advances the runner. In fact, Peterson was moving with the pitch. He's in scoring position for Freddie Freeman.
No, I don't think anything surprised me. I think if anything, all those trades you're talking about kind of showed you how many teams think they're in it and want to do what they have to do to stay in it. The Carlos Beltran acquisition from the Yankees may not go down as one of the big ones, but I'll bet he's a big part of what they do going down the stretch as a DH.
And Lucroy as well. I've always liked that guy.
Dodgers added Hill and Reddick from Oakland. And the Braves did most of their dealing before the deadline, obviously, acquiring Matt Kemp. Inside, and Travis Demerit, of course, came over from Texas in the Lucas Harrell Dario Alvarez trade.
And I noticed that Bud Norris had to come out of his start a few days ago, like after a third of an inning. I never found out what the injury was, but they said a twinge.
You know, it's amazing too about the Dodgers. In the first half of the year, anytime Clayton Kershaw didn't pitch, they really had trouble winning. Well, he's missed a month now, or close to it. May have to have back surgery, and they're playing their best baseball of the year right now without him. How does that happen?
I think sometimes it's you lose your. You kind of lose that relaxation factor, like, you know, oh, okay, well, we got this guy going tonight, or oh, we got him going again in a couple of days, and you always look forward to that guy going and thinking that's going to be the day where everything goes right. Well, when you take that piece out, and now you don't have that security blanket, so to speak, anymore, a lot of times it forces guys to step up, and sounds like the Dodgers guys have been doing that.
Freddie hooked a 3-1 pitch into the stands. Now it's full. Last 11 games, the Dodgers starters are 8-0 with a 2.09 earned run average. That'll be put to the test in Colorado tonight. And Freeman's down on strikes. Big pitches by Cole. He was behind in the count, 3-1, then 3-2, and he got the Braves first baseman to swing and miss. And now with 2 outs, Matt Kemp's up.
Guys, I think this was our first glimpse at what teams might do. It's a slider on a 3-2 count. Freddie was under it, but with Kemp on deck, they pitched to Freddie with first base open and 1 out. Now let's see if they pitch to Matt.
He's flat out and grounded out.
I liked what he said to you, Tommy, about when you ask about his qualities as a hitter. What is there about you that we don't see right on the surface? And he said, I driving in runs.
Right.
I love that answer. He said the home runs come in bunches, but he prides himself on driving in runs.
And when Kemp got here, Kevin Seitzer was happy to change numbers. Braves hitting coach now number 28. And if you haven't read Matt's article in the Players Tribune, really encourage you to do so. It was, I thought, one of the most self-reflective things I've ever heard an athlete write or say.
That was a good read for sure.
And now Fryer wants to be sure with a 3-0 count.
Yeah, I think in terms of when you start talking about how guys are going to pitch these two guys, and here's that article we were referring to.
There he is, a 10-year-old with his Braves jacket. And then at the bottom, the Matt Kemp of old, the kid who was first at the park and last to leave, is here to stay in Atlanta. And he knew Cole wasn't going to groove a 3-0 pitch to him. He took it, and Braves runners are at first and second with 2 outs.
Clearly pitched around him a little bit there, but back to what I was going to say is I think you might have a hard time really gauging what teams are going to do with a guy like Garrett Cole on the mound, because I think he's good enough, he's trusted enough that the Pirates are going to let him do what he wants to do. And if he wants to attack a certain guy versus another, they're going to give him the leeway to do that. But I think you'll see with some of the maybe second, third, fourth, fifth starters in rotations, the manager's going to take that out of those guys' hands and decide who they want to pitch to.
This is kind of interesting to me on the heels of what you just said. If they were going to discuss it with him about what do you want to do here with Kemp, usually that meeting takes place before the at bat.
Right.
Now it's taking place after they've already put him on and pitched around him. And maybe just to give him a breather, I don't know, but odd timing on that.
Now he's got to face the left-hand hitting Nick Markakis, who leads the club in RBIs with 52. 26 of them have come with 2 outs. Braves have left 5 on base tonight. All of them in scoring position to this point. Ball 1. And Cole, like Fultonevich, wondering why that wasn't a strike. Line drive right field, base hit. Here comes Peterson around third. Here comes the throw toward the plate. It's going to be cut off. Kemp's in a rundown between second and third, and Gong is going to tag him out. But Nick Markakis does come through with a 2-out hit. He extends his hitting streak. Jace Peterson scores the go-ahead run in the 5th inning, and Atlanta's back in front, 2-1. They're poisoned, fellas. From the Braves' perspective, they chose wisely.
See where this pitch was. They've been trying to pitch Nick inside, but they got that one in the middle of the plate, and Nick made him pay. Polanco didn't get much on this throw. I thought he might have a chance at Jace because he got to it quickly, but his throw didn't have a whole lot on it. They were able to get Kemp, but not before Peterson scored. Markakis now hitting .297 with runners in scoring position and 2 out.
So Mike Foltynewicz has been given another lead. It's 2-1. Top of the order for Pittsburgh. John Jaso, Gregory Polanco, and Matt Joyce coming up. Don't want to walk the leadoff man. 3 balls, no strikes.
No, especially not after your team just gave you the lead.
But he did. Jaso's aboard for the first time. That is Mike's 3rd base on balls. He's also hit a batter, but has given up only 1 hit.
It's not often you have a first baseman be your leadoff man. And as I said, Jaso's never been a first baseman until this year, but an excellent on base percentage. Closing in on .340. That was his 31st walk.
This is Gregory Polanco. He's flied to right twice.
Go get him, AJ.
One ball, no strikes for 24-year-old Gregory Polanco. Even count. Didn't get that. Polanco played 153 games for the Pirates last year, scored 83 runs, drove in 52. Spent most of the year as the Pirates leadoff man.
Yeah, I think that's where I got the impression that he was kind of a slender, almost skinny, fast guy to lead off and steal bases. He's not skinny. He's not slight. He is strong.
6'5", 230 pounds.
Yeah,
the Pirates media guy.
You don't look it though. You're right.
No.
He looks, you know, like 6'1" and 190 pounds.
Double play ball. Boxed. Throw to first. In time. That ball was smoked. But Polanco retired. Pittsburgh gets a break. Jaso's at second. And that should be the first out of the inning.
But I think they're going to have a look at this. Nick Leyva immediately, the first base coach, asked the Pirates dugout to take a look at it. First base umpire is Will Little. He's got to be in the pocket. Oh. He may have gotten him.
I don't think there's enough there to reverse it.
No.
But you never know.
No. I've said that before and been wrong.
I think they got him.
The verdict is in. He is out. So the Pirates challenge and lose. Polanco is out at first. JACE is at second. Joyce and Marte are coming up. That was a good review. 52 seconds. Foltynewicz threw a couple of warm-up tosses. And now Joyce will dig in 0 for 2.
Be hard to find a better pinch hitter for any team than what Matt Joyce has done. 12 for 39, 4 homers, 13 driven in, and getting a start tonight with McCutchen on the bench.
And a guy like this is built for the Pirates' home park.
Sure is.
One ball, one strike, just past 9 o'clock here in Atlanta. Braves 2, Pirates 1.
High changeup.
Yep. If you hang it higher than high, it's a good pitch.
A sigh of relief. Now a 2-2 count for Joyce. That pitch was up. They're stirring around in the Braves bullpen.
Ian Kroll was up. He's been joined by Ramirez.
JACE at second represents the tying run. The 2-2 is grounded towards second. Peterson can't knock it down. And JACE is going to score to tie the game. So Matt Joyce with an RBI hit. The leadoff walk comes home to roost for Foltynewicz. And new life for the Pirates. We're tied up.
Eight leadoff walks. Another pitch up and out of the reach of JACE. That hard hit ball by Polanco, also part of this inning that JACE couldn't corral. Any mention of the leadoff walk here in a meeting like this?
No, I don't think so. I think it's more to go out there, calm the guy down, kind of get his focus back. You know, he's obviously irritated with himself, A, for the leadoff walk, for the mistake, for the run scoring. So get him off that negative thought process. Get your focus back on making some pitches and get out of the inning.
Neither pitcher has been very good on the shutdown inning side of things tonight.
No.
Starling Marte didn't get the first pitch. Strike one.
One of the things that's really plagued the Pirates during this stretch where they've lost 6 out of 7 on the road is that they've only hit $130 with runners in scoring position. So Joyce getting a start tonight off the bench has helped that.
Second, fifth, and sixth innings have been high pitch count innings for Fulte, and a base hit to right will prolong the frame. Marte with a single. First and second with one out.
This is a nice swing right here because this guy, he's not hitting 4th in the league in batting average for nothing. Got an open spot on the right, so watch how short this swing is. Short, quick follow through. Watch this side. No stride, down and through. Not a big, powerful swing to try to hit the ball of the ballpark. Very much under control. Terrific player.
And it brings up Gong, who's hit into a double play, and he's grounded out to third. Pittsburgh in position to try to take the lead here in the 6th inning. 2 on, 1 out. Swing and a drive hit deep to left field. That's over Kemp's head and off the wall. Joyce scores. Marte at third. He'll stop. The throw won't be made to second. And Pittsburgh, with 3 consecutive hits, now leads the game 3-2. That was a top spin rocket off the wall and left.
Like I said, he can throw the big end of that bat. Fastball he turned on 2. Fortunate that it was too low to get out of here.
So Mike Foltynewicz only gave up 4 hits in the game. 3 of them, however, came in this 6th inning. And they all came after one man was retired. The frame started with a leadoff walk. Pittsburgh leads 3-2. Atlanta's in the bullpen for the first time.
Baseball is sponsored by Delta Airlines, your local Ford dealer, and Xfinity. X1 from Xfinity will change the way you experience sports.
Pittsburgh's taken a 3-2 lead here in the 6th inning in Atlanta. And MLB.TV Premium's the #1 live streaming sports service. It delivers everything you've come to expect and more. Watch every out-of-market game live in HD on over 400 supported devices. That includes a free subscription to @Bat Premium, the #1 app for live baseball. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV for details. Jose Ramirez is on. He'll try to put out the fire. And he'll face Eric Fryer, who took over for Francisco Cervelli, who was hit in the helmet by a pitched ball from Mike Foltynewicz in the 5th. No update on Cervelli's condition. He did try to stay in the game. He made his way to first base. Apparently was still woozy, and then Pirates pinch ran for him.
Jose Ramirez has done a good job of kind of getting his bearings here over his last 2 or 3 outings. Was in 3 of the 4 games against the Phillies. Total of 2 2/3 innings, only 1 hit, no runs, a walk, 3 strikeouts.
Fouled away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Won't know till after the game if the hit batsman unnerved Mike Foltynewicz. Frazier followed Cervelli's plunking, worked a 13-pitch at bat for a double, a ground out and strikeout into the 5th. A walk, ground out, 2 singles and a double chased him here in the 6th. Infield's in for the Pirate catcher. And 2-2. There's a good pitch that takes care of Fryer. Ramirez gets the all-important first man in trouble situations. Infield can back up.
Nice low slider. Throws hard. It's that second pitch that if he can get that over or close enough to the plate to get some swings, he'll be in good shape.
Out of play foul by Adam Frazier, strike 1.
Well, that was quite a game thrown by Duffy of the Royals yesterday. Huh? 8 innings, 16 strikeouts, and tons of swings and misses.
You know that's the most strikeouts thrown by a Royals pitcher in one game in their history.
I did hear that.
One more than Zach Greinke. And a shot inside the bag at third. It's going to score 2 runs. And Frazier with an opposite field single extends the Pirates' lead. What a happy homecoming for Adam Frazier. And those runs belong to Mike Foltynewicz.
He can hit.
He probably always thought about playing at Turner Field, just not in a different uniform.
There's another short swing like you were talking about. Just barrel to the ball, hit it where it's pitched.
This might be a reach, but his swing reminds me for some reason of Tommy La Stella. Former Brave, now with the Cubs.
I thought you were going to say it reminded you of mine. We used to hit those line drives down the third base line like that.
Yours were hit a lot harder than that.
Yeah, and I only hit him there because that's the only place I could hit him.
Never figured out why nobody didn't just play you on the line.
Runner goes, pitch a strike, no chance for AJ to make a throw, and Frazier is doing everything tonight. His fourth stolen base.
He had about 4 steps by the time Ramirez's foot hit the ground.
So a 4-run sixth for the Pirates. It continues for Jordy Mercer, the 8th man to hit.
I don't know because I haven't seen the scouting reports and probably never will on Adam Frazier, but I'll bet you he was only a 6th round pick despite all that success at Mississippi State because he didn't hit any homers. But he appears to be a baseball player.
Almost hit Mercer.
Just missed the buckle.
Strike 3 at the letters. Mercer flipped the bat away. He was on his way to first. And that retires the side. Frazier a 2-hit night, 2 RBI night. Pittsburgh scores 4 runs in the 6th inning. This the final out. Braves bats have to get busy now. They trail the game 5-2. Summary, Garrett Cole now has a lead of 5-2. He's out of the game though all of a sudden. And what we hoped Joe wouldn't happen is all those early opportunities for the Braves against the Pirates right-hander. Well, they're now trailing by 3 runs.
Clutch hitting by Nick Markakis gave the Braves the lead back, but that leadoff walk in the 6th inning came back to Mike. And one of the new acquisitions for the Pirates, Anthony Bastardo, on to pitch here in the 6th.
Cole goes 5, gives up 7 hits, 2 runs, a couple of walks, and 4 strikeouts. I can understand this from this perspective. First complete game while he threw 93 pitches. Still the innings a concern for Pittsburgh. And Bastardo not the only change for Pittsburgh. Sean Rodriguez is checked into play second base. And Frazier's moved to left. So Joyce is out of the game. High fly ball toward left. First chance for Frazier. No problem. 1 out. perfect night for INCIARTE. Ender tonight has singled, doubled, and scored a run. So he'll carry a 13-game hitting streak into play tomorrow. Jeff Locke will pitch for the Pirates. The Braves have not yet announced their start. The other news besides Matt Kemp debuting for the Braves, as Kelsey Wingert reported earlier, Julio Teheran placed on the 15-day disabled list. Still some issues with that lat muscle. Braves are hopeful it won't be longer than 15 days of rest. Another chance in left. 2 outs.
Pistardo last year was with the Pirates, became a free agent, signed with the Mets, so they're happy to get him back. Last year in the second half, he went 2-0 with a 2.32 ERA and just a 1.42 average against him in 34 appearances. He's the guy the Pirates got back for Jonathan Neese.
AJ with the bases empty and 2 out. Five innings for Cole, 97 pitches.
Yeah, that's a lot.
A lot of stressful innings too.
And
he did not have a 1-2-3 inning.
Go back to the complete game. What was he said, Joe? 93 pitches?
Yes.
So you're right. The Braves made him work, but just couldn't break through with a couple of big hits in the first 3-4 innings. Braves have left 6 men on base, 5 of them in scoring position. One ball, one strike. That might have gotten a couple people at the plate.
Not to mention AJ's hamstring when he went to the ground. A little hurdler stretch.
Well, the Olympics are coming up. 1-2 count. And rolled into the shift. And Rodriguez will make the peg first, and that retires the side. Pistardo gets his offense back in the batter's box. We're through 6, 5-2 Pittsburgh. Travel League Sunday. We'll take an even deeper look at travel baseball with Our Emmy Award-winning series, Driven, Travel Baseball Chasing the Dream, which premieres Sunday at 5:30 Eastern. An encore presentation airs at 10 o'clock only on Fox Sports South and streaming on Fox Sports Go. It's presented by Toyota.
We encourage you all to watch. Great idea. I'm not sure whose idea it was to make a Driven episode about this, but it's wonderful. Great idea.
Sean Rodriguez leads off for Pittsburgh. We've hit the 7th. Rodriguez has had a nice year. He's hit 10 homers. His career high is a dozen. That was back in 2014. Another player who can play all over the diamond defensively for the Pirates.
Real versatile.
I don't know if you can say it's a trend, but there are a couple of guys that pop into my mind immediately that are just like Rodriguez. Ben Zobrist being one of them with the Cubs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And a mile-high fly ball left. Kemp is going back. He's gone as far as he can. And up against the wall. He makes the catch. Twisting and turning and up against the wall. Kemp puts it away for the first out.
Yeah, it wasn't easy. He's playing in a new ballpark and he's playing left field. Remember, he's been exclusively a right fielder for San Diego. Feeling for the wall, then had to make an adjustment and had to make it quickly.
Ball looked like it just kind of died. I thought it was out.
Looks like that's the end of the line for Ramirez. He works an inning, gives up a hit and no runs with a couple of strikeouts. So the Braves go deeper into their bullpen, trailing 5-2 in game 1 with the Pirates. Hunter Cervenka's the 3rd Braves pitcher so far tonight.
He was happy for the calendar to turn over to August. July was not kind to him. His ERA very respectable still at 3.41. But in July, in 12 appearances, his ERA was 6.14.
Fly ball to right. JACE is going to be retired. Cervenka retires his first hitter. 2 away. Gregory Polanco, the batter, 0 for 3 on the night. In the 7th, the Braves will have the pitcher spot. Peterson, then Ibar. Braves are in the Pittsburgh bullpen, a bullpen that looks a lot different now than it did 24, 48 hours ago without Mark Melanson at the end. We'll see how it works out.
With Melanson gone, they have 5 different guys with a save, but none with more than 1.
No balls, 1 strike. And cued foul. It's 0-2. Braves will announce their starter for tomorrow night after the game this evening. Tyrell Jenkins will pitch for the Braves here on Thursday night, and Ryan Vogelsong will be back for Pittsburgh. His first big league start since he was hit by a pitch, suffered facial fractures and surgery. Then the Braves hit the road again. St. Louis, Milwaukee, and Washington. Out of play.
Yeah, August is a rough month.
Braves aren't home much, are they?
No. This homestand, 3 games with the Pirates here to start the month, and then on that 10-game homestand you mentioned. Home for a week, gone for another week. And head west, Arizona and San Francisco.
I'll miss you guys.
I'm not done.
Oh,
You may be coming.
0-2 pitch is fouled away.
At the end of the month, they come home from that West Coast trip for 3 days and go back out for another week.
oh, that's brutal.
That's happened a couple of times. Although one of them we had the All-Star break sandwiched in between, a 3-game homestand with Colorado, and then went out there. No balls, 2 strikes. And popped into center. INCIARTE broke back, but now he measures it up, makes the play, and Cervenka retires the 2 Pirates he was assigned. We go to the home 7th, 5-2 Buccos.
Sponsored by your local Toyota dealers. Let's go places. The Georgia Lottery. And Zaxby's Indescribably Good.
5-2 Pittsburgh. Buccos got 4 runs in the 6th inning to take their 3-run lead. The first 20,000 fans in attendance on Thursday, August 18th, get a one-of-a-kind Andrew Jones The Catch bobblehead. Don't want to miss this one. Get your tickets online at Braves.com and get your seats today. Felipe Rivero is on to pitch for the Pittsburgh Pirates.
He came from Washington in the deal for Melanson. 55 strikeouts, 50-plus innings. 96 to 99 on his fastball with a slider and a once-in-a-while changeup.
David Freese takes over at first base for John Jaso. And Chase Darno's going to pinch hit. And the first one right there for a strike. Hunter Cervenka, 2 perfect thirds of an inning.
Second outing by Rivero for the Pirates.
One ball, 2 strikes. Pirates have a quite amazing streak working entering play tonight. They're 48-0 and they lead after 8 innings. And they've won 125 consecutive games in which they've led after 8. It's a team record. Better get busy here in the 7th. We got the 9, 1, and 2 hitters to get it started.
Pretty much automatic for 2 years there.
Right. Which might be why they felt, okay, we can trade Melanson. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's another bit of evolutionary thinking in the game. Do you need that dominating 9th inning guy that you pay tens of millions of dollars to close the game anymore? With all due respect to the talents of guys like Craig Kimbrell and Aroldis Chapman.
I say if you are going to win, yes, you do.
The Buccos are betting that you're wrong.
Well, we'll see.
3.5 out in the wild card. Need some help. The Cardinals are losing tonight as Darno didn't get a slider. That was wicked. 1 away.
That had some bite.
When you said this guy throws 94 to 96 and he's got a slider and a changeup, I thought, well, for a 1-inning guy, you can't possibly get to all those pitches, but he just did. Throwing 2 nasty changeups and then a nasty slider to finish him off.
Tell you what, he's got a golden arm. He's got some golden shoes, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
You play for the Pirates, man. You can break out some gear. A lot of unis, a lot of sock combinations.
Gordon Beckham's the pinch hitter for Peterson. Growing up in St. Louis, I never was a Pirate fan, and I really didn't like their gold uniforms. That was not my favorite. And then they would combine them with the white pants from time to time. I think they had gold tops and black uniform pants. I mean, they had every combination under the sun. The part I really didn't like was the pillbox hats. Remember those?
Yeah.
They look like stovetop hats that got cut in half.
They're ahead of the time, though, with all those uniform combinations. That's
Good merchandising.
I believe they were the very first ones to wear the double knit uniform too.
Really?
So players can thank the Pirates for that.
I mean, look at that couple. You saw that last shot that Mike Miller gave us. She's got the pillbox hat on. He's got the classic kind of Roberto Clemente era Pirates hat.
Danny Murtaugh.
Yeah.
I like that hat.
That's a good looking lead. Beckham with base on balls. That helps. And now we're moving into the meat of the order. First it's Ibar, then Freeman and Kemp.
Yeah, I think that Three Rivers Stadium was the first one to have ground level dugouts too, where you just walk in. When they opened that stadium, that's when they broke out their new double knit unis that looked like pajamas, and everybody was going, what in the world?
Eric Ibar's doubled in 3 tries tonight, hitting second on the lineup card. Beckham at first. Braves are down 5-2. Ground ball up the middle. Mercer sliding stop, flip to second. It's off target and everybody's safe. Some kind of terrific play by Mercer to keep that ball on the infield.
You know, he almost got an out of it too. Just out of the reach of Rivero. He didn't have time to aim.
Nope.
Pittsburgh's bullpen's going to get busy. They have the lefty-lefty matchup they like, but then you've got Kemp, then you've got Markakis, and this is where adding Matt Kemp makes things so interesting to this Braves lineup. Gone are the days when a ball club can, in run-scoring situations, bring on a lefty and face 2 or 3 left-handed bats in a row. Really forces the other manager to make some strategic decisions about who faces whom. Angel Hernandez will break up the meeting.
Tell you what, old Angel hustles. It's in his 23rd year of umpiring. And while there may be some people that have some questions about some of his calls, and sometimes legitimate questions, he's always hustling.
Let's see if Freddie can pop one. He was 0 for 3 against Garrett Cole tonight with a couple of strikeouts. Out of play, left side. Freeman with 33 extra base hits since June 1st. As we showed you, more hits than anybody else in the game since June 13th. Right guy, right spot. 2 on, 1 out, 7th inning.
Good breaking ball. Threw it at him, made him freeze.
Swing and a miss. Freeman strikes out for a 3rd time. So Matt Kemp is coming up. I'd be shocked if the Pirates let Rivero face him, but we'll see.
Slider in that froze him, and then threw that one right at the middle of the plate to have it break away.
So Clint Hurdle will go ever deeper into his bullpen. Braves still have a shot here in the 7th. Matt Kemp loves to drive in runs. He's got 2 aboard in a 3-run Pittsburgh game.
of power. And Xfinity. X1 from Xfinity will change the way you experience sports.
2 on, 2 outs for the Braves, who trail 5-2 here in the 7th inning. Right guy at the right time. It's Matt Kemp making his Atlanta debut. A chance to play for a team that he grew up loving in Oklahoma. In fact, Christmas Day when he was 10 years young, that's the money shot, his Braves jacket. And Tom, congrats on a great interview with Matt before the game. Not surprisingly, that 1995 team was his favorite. Huh?
Yeah, that certainly came up. But yeah, he's a product of the WTBS days back in the day, and you know, that was something that I think even having been a part of it, I always marveled at how many fans we had on the road and in how many different places because of WTBS.
America's team.
Yep.
So Matt Kemp will face former Braves farmhand Neftali Feliz. Pirates signed him as a free agent in January after a Rookie of the Year and All-Star season with the Texas Rangers in 2010. Feliz, you might recall, part of the big haul the Braves sent to Texas for Mark Teixeira and Ron Mayhew.
Tell you what, his numbers across the board this year have been excellent. We saw 4-0 with a 3.15 ERA, but only 11 walks against 47 strikeouts and a .97 average against him.
1-0 count for Kemp. Way outside, ball 2.
He's 94 to 99 with a slider. And his change of pace is an occasional split finger. But a hitter's count here.
And 97 miles an hour. Wow. 2 balls and a strike. Last year, Feliz was designated for assignment by Texas on the 4th of July. The Tigers signed him as a free agent July 11th. And he pitched 30 games for Detroit. And not too effectively. 2-1. That pops away. The runners will move up. Braves will stay out of a double play. And now Kemp in the driver's seat at 3 balls and a strike.
Not a whole lot Fryer could do there. He did get in front of it. I don't know that he wanted to.
Well, a hit could score 2. It's a 5-2 game. 3-1 pitch. Got the fastball. And now it's full.
Hitters this year with runners in scoring position and 2 out, just 1 for 17 against Feliz. A couple of walks. Still got 1 left for Matt Kemp. He's had a couple of good swings at fastballs.
Swing and a miss. And Feliz throws a 98-mile-an-hour fastball to retire the side. The Braves strand 2 more runners. They've left 8-7 in scoring position through 7 innings.
was a very busy day for Jim Johnson yesterday. Besides all of his rumors around the trade talk, he was named NL Player of the Week. And I asked him, where did you go? Where did you find out? He said, I went to where there was no cell service, the lake, to get my mind off of everything. And he's the subject of our Georgia lottery hitting the jackpot. He was 4 for 4 in save opportunities last week, giving up 1 hit and no runs. And when I was talking to Brian Snicker earlier, he said he was so happy to get back into that clubhouse today and see Jim Johnson sitting there at his locker.
Yeah, nice honor for Jim, and well deserved. He pitched great last week for the Braves.
Sure did. Getting loose, hoping for a Braves rally that will cause him to come into the game in the 9th.
Ryan Weber becomes the 4th Atlanta pitcher. He'll face the middle of the Pirates order.
It's his 2nd outing since getting recalled. He pitched on the 30th against the Phillies, 2/3 of an inning, 0s across.
This is David Freese, former Cardinal, former Angel, and now current Pittsburgh Pirate. Gordon Beckham at second. Chase Darno moves to short. Ibar is out of the game. There's a strike, even count. Freese, another multi-tool defensive player. 50 starts at third base, 20 games at first base for the Pirates. And a shot to Freeman. He surrounded that. Weber to the bag. Man, that had to hurt. The ball was hit right on the button.
Yeah, Freddie normally likes to take that ball to the bag himself, but he decided, I think I'll just sit here and be in agony.
Coming right at you. Freddie says he's all right. And here's Starling Marte. He's walked, singled, scored, and struck out. Steve, rank 1. Wild game in Philadelphia. The Phillies had a big lead over the Giants. San Francisco's tied it up 8-8. Belt and Pagan both hit home runs for the Pirates. They're trying to bail out Madison Bumgarner, who started. For the Giants, I think I misspoke. That almost got Marte out. Belt and Pagan homers for the Giants.
How'd that miss him?
As the count now 2 balls and a strike. Baltimore beat Texas 5-1 tonight. Tigers 11, White Sox 4. Detroit can't count them out.
They are on the rise, folks.
And they are scoring a ton of runs.
Yeah, they're about to get some people back. Detroit has won 6 in a row coming into play tonight, and 8 out of 10. They're only 4 back at Cleveland.
And they're losing. The Indians are. And Danny Salazar, right elbow problems. Line drive to right. Markakis read it well and got there. 2 outs. Washington's leading Arizona 1-0 in the first. Cubs 3, Miami 0 in the 7th. Cardinals are back in front of the Reds 5-4 in the 8th. Mets beat the Yankees 7-1.
Last check, Jay Bruce was 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts playing right field for the Mets. Curtis Granderson did not start.
Yeah, the Mets were contemplating having Conforto play center. And Cespedes has some leg problems. Boy, Terry Collins has played with a short hand most of this year because of injuries, not just to his regular players, but his pitching staff too. Of course, they've lost Matt Harvey for the year.
De Alza started in center tonight.
Right off the ground. Adonis loads up and with a double clutch was still able to get Young Ho Gong. And Weber retires the side in order in the 8th inning. Nick Markakis will lead off 5-2 Pittsburgh. Game 1. Let's take a look at tonight's Toyota play of the game. Matt Kemp mentioned this earlier. Flashback time.
Oh,
jeez.
He got all of that one.
Gone. Oppo. Left-handed chunker. Key play. Bet you won the game, though.
No.
Oh.
Gretchen informed me that was not a very good night.
Oh,
that was just the start of it, apparently. The team came back and won, but I didn't have much to do with it.
Well, as Matt said, you didn't have a bad career.
No, that ended all right.
Nick Markakis leads off for the Braves as we've reached the 10 o'clock hour in Atlanta. The game turned for the Pirates in the 6th inning. They scored 4 runs. Charge to Mike Foltynewicz. Garrett Cole went 5 innings of 7 hit 2-run ball. 90 some odd pitches for him tonight after a complete game performance in his previous start.
I thought the Braves did a good job offensively tonight of keeping some pressure on Garrett Cole, getting some base hits, a couple of walks. They just couldn't get that one big hit to have a big inning, but led twice in the game after 5.
Markakis rips that foul.
Love that. I wish that had stayed fair. Felice doing his best spin move turn.
Louis Tiant move.
Yeah. It just got hammered by Markakis. That was great.
That's up and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes. Hey, before we get too much further in the game, some congratulations go out to the Glavine family. No, your chest is bursting with pride. Peyton's on his way to an SEC school, huh?
He's going to be a War Eagle in a couple of years, yeah. So after graduation from high school next year, he'll be heading down there to play some baseball.
That's great. Congratulations, Peyton.
I was excited for him for sure.
Swing and a drive. That's hammered deep to right field, and Markakis unloads with a solo homer.
You know, this started earlier in this homestand when I talked about how he was hitting the ball in the seats on every swing in batting practice, and he had a couple of ground rule doubles early in that series against the Phillies. This is his 6th homer of the year. Low fastball raked.
Career home run number 150 for Markakis, and his first since July 8th when the Braves clobbered Chris Sale up at U.S. Cellular Field in Chicago. And it's the Braves' first homer at home. As that one's cut on and missed by Garcia. 0-2 for Markakis since July 20th of last year.
Well, it was smoked.
So now you just need a base runner and another long ball.
Bloop and a blast.
You've got Garcia, then Inciarte. Those two men have combined for 3 hits.
I was bragging on Felice and all those numbers, and it's true. 40 innings pitched, now 41. He's only given up 29 hits, 8 of them homers.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Garcia's retired. Feliz has his 2nd strikeout. 1 man down.
A little off, threw in the slider. Got him to chase.
Yeah, tough one to lay off when you're gearing up for 95, 96.
A double, a single, a run scored for Inciarte tonight. He had a good cut. Told you Cleveland's losing again tonight. It's Minnesota 8, Cleveland 6. I believe Max Kepler hit another home run. He hit 3 yesterday.
That's in Cleveland. Yeah, we liked him. We only got to see him 1 game.
So these races, which many of which were 5+ games at the break, many of them really starting to tighten up now as we head to August 1st, which makes the wild card races more intriguing. The division races, obviously. That one's hit to left. Frazier has moved from 2nd to left, and he's handled all 3 of his chances out there cleanly. 2 outs. Biggest division lead is held by the Cubs, 8 games over the Cardinals. Giants and Dodgers separated by 2 games. Nats and Marlins by 5. Baltimore by a game over Boston and Toronto. Detroit's 4 back of Cleveland. Texas by 5.5 games over Houston. Here's AJ. He's got an RBI double. Nick Markakis led off the 8th with a home run. That's bounced to the left side. Bad hop. Gong couldn't hang on. And AJ's going to try. Here's the throw to second. That gets away.
Which one did they tag you?
AJ Przinsky has 4 bases and he's hit the ball about 87 feet.
Yeah, they want to give him a double on that one. I'm all in.
Yeah, not much you can do about that one.
So Chase Darno is the hitter. Ray Searage is back on his way to the mound for the Pirates. And that will be ruled a 2-base hit. So AJ with a pair of doubles. And hits in 13 of his last 16 games. Darno struck out in his lone at bat. That was in the 7th. Driven down the right field line, but slicing foul.
See where this guy could really present a lot of problems to right-handed hitters. Got to respect the fastball, especially when you get behind in the count, and then he's got the hard slider.
Swing and a miss. Got it with a high fastball. And that will end the Atlanta 8th. Nick Markakis hits his 150th career home run. And the Braves pull one closer.
The Pirates leads to 5-3 as we head to the 9th inning, and we have an injury update for you. Shea Simmons and John Gant both making rehab starts in Rome today. Shea Simmons threw 2/3 of an inning, gave up 1 run on 25 pitches. John Gant, 3 scoreless innings. He threw 41 pitches. Now, Gant is still scheduled to make 1 5-inning and 1 7-inning rehab start before we see him back up here. No word on who tomorrow's starter will be yet. Brian Snicker will tell us after the game, and you can hear who it will be on our Braves Live post-game show brought to you by Xfinity.
That's another good reason to tune in, Kelsey. We'll do that. And hopefully we'll talk about a comeback win for the Braves. So here the Pirates are. They lead after 8. They're 48-0 this year when they have an 8th inning advantage. Scores 5-3. Weber's back out there with Eric Fryer, Frazier, and Mercer coming up. No update yet on Cervelli, who is hit by a Fulton Evans pitch.
Well, we know it's not going to be Aaron Blair. He pitched last night, went 7 scoreless innings, ran into some trouble in the 8th, but pitched a good ball game. And if you option a pitcher back, you can't bring him back for 10 days unless there's an injury. Well, Julio Teheran went on the DL, so Matt Whistler theoretically could come back, but I think he pitched tonight.
He did, and his line was pretty good. 8 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, no walks, 6 strikeouts. He did give up a home run. The Gwinnett Braves lost that game 3-0.
So chances are real strong. It's not Blair, and it's certainly not Whistler.
Still 2-2 for Eric Fryer. Shouldn't there be a rule that he should play for the Padres?
Probably so.
To Freeman, race to the bag, and Weber got there. 4 up, 4 down for Ryan, and 1 away. It's our first look at this young man. Personally, I've been pretty impressed. Adam Frazier from Oconee County High School has had himself quite a night. 2 hits, 2 RBIs. He's played second, he's played left, and as we told you, he had more hits and a higher average for the Pirates AAA team than any other player in that league.
Yeah, right now he's wondering what's so hard about hitting in this league.
He had a good year last year in AA and missed some time with a broken finger, but hit for a high average.
Down the left field line.
Very simple hitting mechanics. Very little movement. Stays back, just throws the bat at the ball.
Again to first. Nice play by Freeman. He just took away a hit. Braves relief corps set down 9 straight Pirate hitters.
Another hard hit ball by Frazier and a great play by Freeman. Saved a hit. Third time Freeman and Weber have combined for an out already.
Jordy Mercer drove in a run with a ground out. That was in the 5th inning. It tied the game 1 apiece. Pirates scored 4 in the 6th. Single runs for the Braves in the 5th and 8th. And that's where we are. 5-3, top of the 9th.
Oh, mercy.
Wow. AJ held it there, and that changes the at-bat. Instead of a 2-2 count, it's 3-1.
Right there. Beauty.
Off the pitcher's glove, out to second, and the throw to first. So no harm, no foul. Nice work by the Braves relief corps. They set down 10 consecutive Pittsburgh hitters, and the top of the order's coming up. It's last chance for the Braves. 5-3 Pirates. We're offering 2 free tickets to any remaining home game for all members of the free Braves Kids Club. Go to Braves.com/kids today and take advantage of this great deal. We go to the 9th. And this is Tony Watson. He will face the top of the Braves order.
This guy can deal. He's really good. He has 5 career saves, but his last was April of 2015 against the Cubs. Since June 7th, he's given up 1 run in 20 1/3 innings over 21 games. And he is especially tough on lefties. Low to mid-90s fastball, great changeup. Sorry, Chip.
I'm sorry, I was going to say, with Melanson traded away, looks like Watson's the first guy that will have a chance to seize the closer's job for Pittsburgh. Gordon Beckham leads off and takes high, ball 1.
Ooh. That's a strike, but that changeup from Weber wasn't. Come on now. Bragging on his hustle. Can't brag on those calls.
Nope.
One and 2.
Good change up there.
This kid was a highly sought after high school pitcher in Iowa. He went 29-9, struck out 13 hitters. Went to Nebraska, had shoulder surgery before he threw a pitch. Beat Max Scherzer out for a spot on the all-conference team. And then Pittsburgh took him in the 9th round in 2007. Here he is. Inside, full count. Braves need a base runner. Jeff Francour's on deck. He'll hit for Weber. There's a start. Leadoff walk.
You know what leadoff walks can lead to? We saw that in the 6th inning tonight for the Pirates. Started a 4-run uprising.
Two perfect innings for Ryan Weber in relief. Now Jeff Francoeur's the batter.
He had a big 2-run homer on Sunday. That was the game-winning hit.
Ripped out a play right side. It's an even count.
You got to figure with Matt Kemp's arrival, Jeff's starting time will be greatly diminished unless they want to use him in right field some and let Nick take a rest against some lefties.
Could Jeff play center field every now and then?
Oh, I think he'd play any of the three.
Yeah.
Well, the Braves would love to get Kemp up one more time tonight. In his Braves debut, he's 0 for 3. Beckham not going anywhere with nobody out, down 2 runs. 1-2 pitch. And he fought that off. Pirates have an amazing note on Tony Watson in their media guide. He pitched in 43 games on his home mound. Gave up 3 runs in 42 innings. Ground ball toward third. Gong to second, 1 low throw to first, gets away, and Francoeur is safe, and Freddie Freeman's coming up. Wasn't the best of feeds from Gong, and Francoeur beat the ramp at first.
Yeah, it was a pretty nice play by Rodriguez just to get rid of this. Throwing low like that, throwing off the wrong foot. Not sure they would have gotten a double play even with a good feed, but a nice handle by Rodriguez.
3 strikeout night for Freddie.
See Kemp get another crack at it too. Anything but a double play. Good pitch.
Freddie looked that one low. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And when I said good pitch before I saw the Fox tracks, it did look good from up here.
Yeah, it looked good live.
Yeah, like a good crossfire pitch, but it was outside.
Fly ball right. Not much carry to it. It's in the right center, actually. And the grab's made by Polanco. And that's the second out. And Matt Kemp will get a chance at Tony Watson.
McCutchen not playing center tonight. Thought there might be a collision out there the way Marte and Polanco were going after that baseball.
First game in a Braves uniform. It comes down to Matt Kemp's at bat. Swing and a miss. And now the 0-2 pitch. Right over the top of Nick Markakis' head and off the screen. He was ducking for cover. Here comes another 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and that's your ball game. Tony Watson picks up a big save for the Pittsburgh Pirates. And it was a very happy homecoming for Adam Frazier, who had a couple of hits, couple of runs driven in. And the Pirates with a 4-run sixth, a big inning, takes care of Atlanta in game one. 5-3 is your final. Cole beats Fultonevich, and we'll recap it for you right after this.